This podcast is brought to you by Most Valuable Podcasts, saving your day from boredom with the best podcasting entertainment.
What's up, what's up? Real MVPs, Ricky Widmer here, along with fellow Manchild, Johnny Karlic.
There you go, he's too strong!
Of course you're going with your anime voice, because we are back for March Madness, but not actually March Madness. It is the Rick and Johnny Nerd Madness that happens every single March. Last year, didn't we do 16 seeds for every region?
Yes.
We went through 16 seeds. So how we did it last year
Started a little
was
earlier.
We had 4 regions. No, it was the same time.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
I don't remember.
So here's how it was, because I remember. We had a full bracket of superheroes, cartoons, TV shows, video game characters. We put them into regions. We matched them up with a basketball team. So, for example, the 16th seed of Spider-Man, that might have been matched with UMBC. Since UMBC won, Spider-Man moved on to the next round. We are not doing that this year, so forget I just said that. What we are going to do this year for Nerd Madness is we still have a bracket, but this year it's only going to be 32 entrants into the tournament. And the reason why is we are going to do a weekly vote where you guys get to decide who moves on to the next round. And how voting is going to happen, it starts this week, a little bit later than what's going to happen. It'll start around Wednesday. I'll get into that in 2 seconds. But we'll have the first round this week. Then the 17th, you and I will then go over the Sweet 16, who has moved on, and kind of open up the voting for the Sweet 16. Then on the 24th of March, you and I again will go over the Elite 8. Then on the 31st, we will have our Final 4. And then on April 7th, the same day as WrestleMania, Johnny and I will crown a king of who wins the Nerd Madness bracket for 2019. And how we are doing it is we're going to have 4 themes, but really 2 themes, 4 categories. And the 2 themes are going to be comics and anime. Comics on one side, anime on the other. Each side is going to have a heroes region and a villains region. So it's going to be 8 heroes, 8 villains on the anime side, 8 heroes, 8 villains on the comic side. 1 villain will then take on 1 hero in the Final 4. And then in the end, 1 comic versus 1 anime will take on each other for the crown. It's also a which is better in the end, anime or comics, kind of battle for the championship. So what we are going to do is we're going to run through each of them. And this is how we're going to do it, Johnny, because we took different sides. I took the comic side. You took the anime side. We're going to read them. I'll go first. I will give our heroes for the comics. Then you will give our heroes for the anime side. Then I will give the villain side for the comics. You give the villain side for the anime. And I feel like as I'm coughing there, I got to check my hand to see if I'm like All Might and not coughing up that blood now. Can't be losing my all for one or one for all. I mix those up all the time. All for one's the bad one. One for all is the good one.
Just think of it this way. All for one's being selfish. One for all is giving up.
Okay. That's an easy way to remember that,
Yes.
because I usually screw that up numerous times. But for the comic book region for superheroes, here is our seating. Also, the seating was done randomly.
Yes,
so
it was.
So it was not like any
We didn't
favorable.
we didn't favoritize anyone.
I'm even going to put it this way. We had lists that were numerous. There were more than
some
8.
of I think 1 or 2 of those lists were like 20 long.
Yeah, some got cut. So we
A lot
only got
got cut.
8 from the region. And in the superheroes or the comic heroes, we've got number 1, Rorschach from The Watchmen. Then number 2, Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead. Number 3, Wonder Woman from Wonder Woman. Then number 4, Captain Marvel from Captain Marvel. Number 5, Batman from Batman. And then number 6, Doctor Strange from Doctor Strange. And then
This is getting a little
redundant.
Yeah.
I know. Then at number 7, Johnny Storm from the Fantastic Four.
Hey, finally, no redundancy.
And then redundant again, number 8, Invincible from Invincible. So just to list it off again, number 1 is Rorschach, number 2 is Rick Grimes, Wonder Woman at 3, Captain Marvel at 4, Batman at 5, Doctor Strange at 6, Johnny Storm at 7, and then Invincible at 8. And Johnny, I'm going to throw this curveball at you. I'm also going to pair up what the matchups would be. So matchup number 1 would be 1v8, Rorschach versus Invincible. Number 2, Rick Grimes versus Johnny Storm. Number 3, Wonder Woman versus Doctor Strange. And then the interesting one, Captain Marvel going up against Batman. So Johnny, I'm going to kick it on over to you for our anime heroes. Read us through the list, and then I will help you with the matchups if you need help.
Yeah, you're probably going to have to. We have Goku from Dragon Ball Z, Alucard from Hellsing, Spike Spiegel, right, from Cowboy Bebop, Guts from Berserk, Vash the Stampede from Trigun, Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan, Yazuki Urameshi, I lost my glasses a week ago, from Yu Yu Hakusho, and Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist.
So here's what you're going to do.
Yes.
You're going to start
1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 4, 6.
Bingo. You're basically starting from the tops and moving your way in.
So we have first matchup, Goku versus Edward Elric. Second matchup is Alucard versus Yasuki Urameshi. Third one is Spike Spiegel versus Eren Yeager. Fourth one and final one is Guts versus Vash the Stampede.
Yeah, there are some of these. I know this is not like a power against power.
Yeah.
But it would be interesting. Like some of the, especially like Goku versus
Edward would be an interesting one.
I mean, the transmutation circles without the circle versus just a Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
I think the Super Saiyan would win.
I feel like all in all, Super Saiyan's going to win.
But who knows? Alchemy might take the cake. Let's go on to the comic book villains side of things.
Woo-wee.
At number 1, we got the Joker. At number 2, Dormammu. Number 3, Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Then number 4, the Hobgoblin from Spider-Man. Joker and Dormammu, by the way, are from Batman and Doctor Strange. I forgot to say that. Then,
you did.
Hello, Governor. At number 5, the Governor from The Walking Dead. You don't like how I'm putting that take on it? Not the Governor. Governor. Hello, Governor.
Okay.
Then Grigory Rasputin from Hellboy. Hope I said that first name right.
Close enough.
Loki from Thor. And Black Adam from Shazam. So we're going to have a DC battle 1v8, Joker versus Black Adam. Then a Marvel showdown as Dormammu takes on Loki. Then Shredder and Rasputin go head-to-head. And then finally, the Hobgoblin will take on the Governor in the voting this week. Then last but not least, Johnny, anime villains, take it away.
Anime villains are, number 1 is Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z.
Here's the thing.
Prince Vegeta.
Now, here's the thing I want to
now?
ask you. I want to throw this in there, interrupting you.
Yes, sir.
So on many lists, 'cause I looked at many lists for heroes and villains for the anime, would you count Vegeta as a villain or a hero? Because there are some that count him as a villain. There are others that count him as a hero.
Sort of goes from villain to hero. We're just going to say he's early Vegeta then.
I mean, we also tried to pick one per property.
Yeah.
For the anime.
I mean, we kind of ended up having 2 in here on this one.
Yeah, this one we kind of had 2. But we tried the best to keep one per property. And since Goku was on the hero side, we threw Vegeta on the villain side. So go ahead. We have Vegeta at number 1.
Okay, Vegeta number 1. Light Yagami from, I butchered the last name for a little bit, from Death Note. Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh! Frieza from Dragon Ball Z. Vicious from Cowboy Bebop. Naraku from Inuyasha. Vlad Tepes from Castlevania. And then finally Stain from My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Or Boku no Academia if you're annoying.
Wait, what?
Or Boku no Academia if you're annoying.
Is that like the
There's
Japanese
a joke
way?
on. No, there's Boku no Academia is the Japanese way, but it's a funny video if anyone's
okay.
watched it ever.
Yeah, I have started to watch My Hero. I'm not that
You're done with
into
season
everything.
2, right?
So last night
I'll show you the video afterwards.
Last night I just finished season 2. I watched episode 1 of season 3 because here's the thing. Quick aside. So Hulu for seasons 1 and 2 has sub and dub the whole way through.
Yes, they do.
And I've been watching dub because I'm doing it while editing our videos.
Yeah.
So I don't have to watch the subtitles. Well, for season 3, it's just sub. So now I have to actually like pay attention and read.
Yeah.
And the thing I hate about sub, it's not that I hate this because I'm just going to say it. It's basically there are times I have to rewind because I'm like, wait, what did they say? All right. Okay, I didn't catch the end. Okay, now I got it.
Or like it pops up too quickly and goes away once in a while.
You know what I've been interested though?
Huh.
I might go back and watch season 1 and 2 in Japanese because I know the story. I know what's going on.
That's true.
So I don't have to read the subtitles as intently that I have to right now.
No, not tentatively.
But those are our regions. Woo, and that kind of sounded a little loud, my microphone, as I did that. But here is how it's going to work now. I probably should have did this at the beginning, but we're going to do it now. So for week 1, here is how the layout is going to work. From now when you are seeing this movie until Wednesday at 8 Eastern. So it's going to be 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific. You can go ahead, and I'm going to try my best to have a link down below in the description where you go ahead and just put in your thing, save it as a PDF, and send it to mostvaluablepodcasts@gmail.com. Title it with your name. Title it with Nerd Madness 2019. Make sure you put your first name, last name in there so that we can get you with a winner when you guys hopefully win the thing at the end.
And an email address so we can contact them.
If they're sending us through email, we'll have their email.
That's true. I forgot about that.
That's how emails work, Grandpa Karlic. Did you take your medicine this morning?
I forgot that's how emails work. Forgot they had to send it via email to us.
So if you send it to mostvaluablepodcast.com@gmail.com, well, no, now you got me screwed up, Grandpa. Mostvaluablepodcast@gmail.com. We will have your email because that's how emails work, Johnny.
I forgot that we would have their email because my brain clicked that they would send it down below for some reason.
No.
I would hope please don't send it down below.
Voting will start on Wednesday night, sometime Wednesday night. I'm going to put tweets up at Most Valuable Pod, just kind of little threads of like, okay, Batman v. Who's he going up against? It's Batman v. Captain Marvel. And it'll have 2 options. You can either vote on Twitter, or if for some reason you don't have a Twitter, you don't use it, we gave you everything right now. You can give your winners down below. You could say, okay, out of this matchup, I'm going to do this. You can comment down below. We will also take that too. So on Twitter at Most Valuable Pod or down below in the comment section. Also, that voting will be open until Sunday at 12 o'clock Central Time. So I will have that voting open until 12 o'clock Central Time. And then it will be cut off. Next week, Johnny and I will be back with you, giving you the winners of the first round going into the Sweet 16. And then we're going to do this all over again. We're basically going to vote each week. And you guys will help us decide who will win Nerd Madness for 2019. Comics, villains, and then our comics, heroes and villains. Then anime versus comics in the end. Make sure to be on the lookout at mostvaluablepodcast@gmail.com. Send your full brackets to mostvaluablepodcast@gmail.com. Did I put a gmail.com for the Twitter thing?
Maybe.
We've been doing this for so long. It's at mostvaluablepodcast@gmail.com. Voting will be there. Make sure to check us out on Twitter. Can't wait for Nerd Madness. Have a good one, guys.